Do you want to get remembered for your valiant efforts in an upcoming war? Celebrated by the masses who read upon your actions and how your skills helped your faction win? Be immortal in the pages of the ever-growing tome of antiquity? Do you want to be part of an ever-growing lore? Good choice, soldier. This is your formal invitation to rally up your collective efforts and take part in the first ever Server Wars. Server Wars is an upcoming fun community/ARG game that will be running on the Discord lore server, starting with the launch of OB52. It's our take on a Paladins ARG-esque game, which was originally conceived and made by Nauron earlier this year. While one Server Wars has already been concluded, it took place within a community of close people. Consider that a beta where we tested multiple systems, and this is the first ever public Server Wars. Pick from one of the three factions to fight for and represent: the Scientific Mythic, the Warmongering Radiant, or the Fledgling Blithe. The rules of the events are simple. All factions start on a hex map with their base already established. The Mythics will start at red, the Blithes will start at green, and the Radiants will start at blue. Around your base are uninhabited hexes, which you must conquer with your billions that you earn from your daily efforts. More on that later. The number on the board tells you what tier land you're about to take over. Each tier requires a different amount of billion to take over, and they each have their own numbers. So, to take over a tier 1 land you need to spend 20 billions and it'll be worth 10 points. To take over a tier 2 land you need to spend 40 billions and it'll be worth 20 points. And finally, to take over a tier 3 land you need to spend 50 billions and it'll be worth 30 points. Remember that this is a collective effort, so you must decide as a faction on what you want to do, whether it's investing billions into uninhabited lands or declaring a war on the enemy factions. By now you must be wondering how on earth do you earn these so-called billions, and let me tell you, it's easy. Very, very easy. It's by playing Paladins. So firstly you need to join the Discord server. It's being shown right now on the screen and also linked in the description. Then you need to submit your in-game name, Discord name along with your faction to either me or Nauron, where we can confirm that you are indeed a part of the event. You know that you're confirmed because you'll see your faction specific chat pop up. Then all you have to do after that is play Paladins. Every match you win will earn your faction 5 billions, but for every match you lose 1 billion. But don't worry about negative numbers. If your total is less than 0 for the day because you're having a bad day, then we count it as 0, so you can never harm your faction, you just help them. The matches have to be played on either casual or ranked mode, as you want to confirm your wins and losses on a statistics keeping website. But there are other ways in which you can earn even more billions or even take over enemy lands directly, using custom lobbies. Winning a mirror match in a 1v1 against the opponent clan will grant you 10 billions. Winning a 2v2 against opponent clan, not mirror, will win you 15 billions, and finally winning a 3v3 against the opponent clan will grant you 20 billions. Or, if all the lands have been claimed, then you can take over one of their lands, but only if your lands are touching. The game will be played on a 24-hour delay. What this means is, if you earn 50 billions in day 1, you discuss a strategy and plan with your faction throughout the day on what you want to do next. The billions will then be able to be spendable on day 2. This ensures that people don't feel left out and there is minimal randomness. You must also submit a picture to either me or Nauron on where you want your land exactly. This is best done with a picture of the map and your desired placing. If you can't decide where to have a land, then we can decide for you. How you communicate within your factions, on what lands you pick, on who to wage war against, and any other things you want to do is completely up to you. Surprise us with your ways. Now, once all the lands have been taken over, then we enter the next stage of the event, the wars. Remember when you have to take over land and you get a base point? Well, this is where they come into play. Let's say you want to attack the enemy hex that's already touching your hex. So firstly, you need to declare a war on them 24 hours prior, saying we will attack this base. Now you have to use your unspent billion to either aid your army and overwhelm the defenders, or buff up your defense and ward off the attackers. If you are a defender and allocate 30 billions to a tier 3 land, your land stat becomes 60, 30 points plus 30 billions. If they are attacking with anything less than 60, then the defenders get a nice defending billion bonus. But if the defenders lose, then of course you will lose the land. And that is the basics of server wars. This server war will last 4 weeks from the launch of OB52, and depending on the response and other factors, it will play a big part in future server wars. Just to keep the game a bit spicy and not having linear progression, we will be adding some fun twists along the way. The rest is frankly up to you and how you decide to play. Remember, nothing, and I mean nothing, is off the table. Form secret alliances, use dirty politics, pledge false allegiances, or just rack up your points and trust that your faction does the right thing. The game will change and progress with your choices, so choose wisely. Now, if that doesn't interest you, fair enough, you can always just join the Discord server. It's pretty active and we have channels for all your needs, discussing Paladins lore theories, talking about normal Paladins, conceptualizing champions, playing a text RPG, and of course, saving the best for last, you can also post your memes on there. I'm very active on the Discord server, along with Paladins World Discord server, so this is the best place to reach me. Well, one of the 2 places where you can reach me. All of the rules that I mentioned for server wars are already up on the lore server, so you can decide and read them there in more detail. Any other questions you have that I haven't answered or said can also be answered there. Being a lore server, we added a bit more fun, and we have specific lore for each factions, the previous wars, and of course we even have lore for some members. Remember, server wars is not part of the official game. We're just doing this for fun, if you haven't already got that, because we love the game and we want more ARG style games in the game, if that makes sense. And there we have it, champions. See you all on the battlefield. P.S. I just realised this is a very grand and strange way to advertise a Discord server. P.P.S. Also, I haven't picked a side yet. I will pick and join the underdogs on the starting day, so that means I can't influence who joins what team.